Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. It's a psychiatric, self-therapeutic, multimedia project to solve problems, challenges, obstacles in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that we've set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you'd like a brief summary, a brief breakdown to the Ahn Rho Project, how we break it down into the domains of life, analogies, and so on and so forth, including the live streaming schedule, the content, and the copyright-free music. You can find that in previous live streams for the past 3.5 years, straight to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions. So with that being said, let's dive into the second segment today. As usual, I want to say in the second segment that the table of contents, we're going to do some structural reorganizing. So it means that the live stream, basically, we're going to start to move some segments around compared to the previous week. And so it's not going to be as orderly fashioned as I had anticipated as things start to be edited. So I want to say that there are roughly about 10 segments per 15-minute live stream, so 15-minute max. It won't take up too much of your time, but basically it's divided, the live stream, usually into three different phases. First phase, introductory bit, has 3 segments. First one's introduction, second one is table of contents, third is like disclaimers, how we'll conduct the stream to be honest, and so on and so forth. The second phase has to do with digital content, abstract content, things like information, media, educational resources, a lot of the stuff that you see down here. Photography, so what you see is what you get. Just take a look down here. Photography, food, dietetics, nutrition, a lot of commentary, a lot of storytelling. So segments 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are regarding that, including database and metrics, which is on the laptop right there. So spreadsheet, Excel, stuff like that. Afterwards, we move on to the third and last phase of the live stream, which tends to be more active and then a little bit cooling off. So segments 9, 10, 11, 9 would be actively engaging. So we have what we see before me. So you see my hand waving. This is region A2 right now. On the chair, there's a bunch of equipment. So food, groceries, that's what we'll cover. So physical items, basically you can get up and move around the room. It's more active, more engaging part of the stream. And then 10 and 11 just kind of closes by, first of all, answering questions you have, replying to comments. If you have anything at the bottom that you want to say, or you want to have a joke or whatever, feel free to do that. And then just a take-home message, just take care of your health, your finances, yourself. Become a strong, disciplined, responsible individual. Because I hope you share understanding with me that you can't take care of anybody else unless you take care of your own self first. So that's kind of like that kind of brief synopsis of everything. So let's go into the third segment. 3 different disclaimers as usual. But the first one is just to be real, raw, and genuine. I have to do it that way. I have to cut the good, the bad, and ugly. I won't shy away from non-PC topics, and that's because even includes emotional baggage or personal insecurities. Because this is the Ahn Rho Project, by analogy, a time record of my life. Second thing I was to mention that is that this is clearly a high utility stream. It's purposefully driven. There's a lot of things I got to check off, a lot of things to do on stream. So it is a little bit more serious sometimes, but I want you to understand that doesn't mean that you can leave shits and giggles and jokes in the comment section. Feel free to lighten up the atmosphere. It's all cool like that. After that, we go into the last disclaimer. Is just we are taking life and this project and applying game theory to it in a sense. So by analogy, it's also like a game, not just a business or a project or a time record, but also life is like a game. All right, let's move on to, I guess, the directory segment, which is segment 4, and bleeds into segment 5 as well. Directory usually has to do with the audio live stream. So we did have a live stream yesterday as well as today. A little bit of a messy start as usual, because we have a bunch of different assets, but I don't have to showcase most of it anymore. I would take screenshots. I would say that there were 2 audio recordings today, particularly covering the conversations I have with my domestic guardians, which again, 30 years of broken family relationships, not really like much of a family at all, but I have managed to repair it to some sense of, I've managed to do that. And so I've been my own psychiatrist for the past 10 months, marriage counselor, everything, and things are getting back on track. So it is good. Well, they were never on track, but now things are actually on track for the first 3 decades of our lives. All right, so that's another thing. And so that was kind of covered in a recording. And then we had 2 live streams covering inventory, all this kind of stuff. So that's today's and yesterday's live stream as well. Videos, obviously online, because we converted to a video format. And that's about it. And there's some text items I would show on the laptop if I were closer, but I can't. Long story short, it's just some general thoughts about how I should conduct myself, how I should move on, trying to be more efficient with the streams and so on and so forth, and just the Ahn Rho Project in general. With that being said, that's kind of the directory. And it kind of covers relationships a little bit, right? I just talked a little bit about that yesterday. Was kind of helping out in the conversation with my guardians, like starting a new business, stuff like that, and also just kind of catching up. I didn't realize it was supposed to be a Father's Day, but that doesn't have any resonance to me at all. As I just kind of mentioned, there's not much. What is a father? I don't really know. What is a mother? I don't really. If it is, it's kind of very warped sense of what a mother and father is, because I've always had to be my own mother and father in terms of raising myself up. They're more like caretakers, if anything else. But with that being said, okay, that's 4 and 5, segments 4 and 5. Let's move on to segment 6, 7, 8. 6 has a media assets. Typically, it's supposed to cover something like a philosophy here, but I couldn't find the file today. I believe it was something from Stoic Reflections, so you can check that out on Instagram. But I'm pretty sure he's on like Facebook or something, or Twitter as well. I don't know. Although I'm not a big fan of Twitter. I think you have a good understanding of that. But basically, Stoic Reflections, you have some sort of quote here today, but I don't have any philosophical quote today. Stoicism runs real true to me because, again, it's what saved my life. So when I was very early on, I didn't realize I was practicing it. So, but long story short, we don't have any media assets today in terms of that. So we're just going to skip ahead into segment 7. And 7 is kind of like a data metrics tracking. So if you take a look up here, I know you can barely see anything here, but right here there's supposed to be there we go. So there's an inventory tracker right there covering all the digital assets like live streams, videos, but also things like food, groceries, equipment, gifts that I purchase for other people that I receive also. So it's kind of like a gratitude log as well as an inventory tracker, to be grateful and appreciative of what we have in our lives. Finances, budgeting, there is a spreadsheet for that. There's also fitness. I would say fitness is not doing well at all in terms of digestive, excretion, sleep, waste, going to work late, not drinking enough water. But some things are better than others. Overall, I'm not getting a good sense, a good vibe of it. In terms of what else, inventory, sleep, business, things are kind of just meh. They're kind of meh. And finance, I purchased like a lot of stuff yesterday, so it's about 3 different locations. And the title is supposed to reflect that, but I didn't actually edit it. Basically, I went to 3 locations: Shoppers, Walmart, and No Frills, I believe. No, not Shoppers. No, I went to Dollarama. So basically, 3 different places. Purchased about 12, 7, and 9. So 9 plus 7, 16, 16 plus 28. So 28 different items. And the total, there's the receipts here. I already documented onto Excel, but basically, I believe it was around like $60 or $55, I think, a little bit more, give or more take. So that's what we have here, and let's take a look at the screenshots down here of the photographs. So very briefly, I'm going to just kind of remove that for a second here. Oh, I was wrong. There's a media asset here. So we're just going to cut off the music. But basically, this is a media asset that I should have shown in segment 5 or 6. 6? Yeah, that's kind of, I guess, segment 6. But yeah. Okay, that's great. I think someone sent me this on WhatsApp, and obviously, speak Cantonese, so that's kind of that. But anyways, there's some sort of fish here. I don't really know what this is, and it's definitely not the kind of mood that I'm in right now at all. I'm supposed to get to work, so there's a lot of stuff to get through. So music's starting over again. All right, so we have the photographs that we want to get to of groceries and so on and so forth, and things I purchased. So I don't think we can cover everything today. That's good, because this is really not as important as something else. We have some spaghetti here, Parmesan, cheese, stuff like that. So these are class 2 items that we ate from my guardians. I'm not supposed to do that at all, because that plays into a lot of personal issues, a lot of trust issues, a lot of violence and beatings and screaming and kicking and yelling and shouting that I just sort of internalized, because well, anyways, as that, I'm not supposed to do this, but I did. So I had to be grateful for the fact that I ate their food. Okay, there's that. There's some spaghetti here, and oh shit, meatballs and stuff like that. I don't really have to show too much of this. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the point is I just have to appreciate that I received that, and of course I do. There's no point in showing any more of that. We have grocery items here. We have to move on quickly. There are some knives here from Walmart, right? So folding knives. There's the equipment section, so you can see that there are also some tech items down there, some USBs. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to give some psychiatric and neurological resources for some of my colleagues regarding relationships and resources to help them throughout difficult times, and so I would like to upload those onto over kind of like a podcast onto a USB drive, and then just give it to some employees, some of the colleagues and staff. So that's why I'm scouting these things out. And then we take a look above. We also have this kind of seems like I'm scouting out a water bottle that that I'm sort of broken, need a new one. And that's it for Walmart equipment over there. We move on to here. We have this kind of screenshot here. More Walmart stuff. So tech items, you see the mouse. It's a whole lot more expensive. Logitech used to be for like $10. Now it's like 25. I'm going nuts. But it is wireless. They upgraded. You also see there's a lot of comparisons here of Febreze, of fabric. Air fabric soft, fabric fresheners, as well as air fresheners. I'm trying to clean out the room, but the main point is just to compare with the ones at Dollarama. So it's about like $1 or $2 more expensive. And then we at the bottom there some, looks like some tech items and some cookies. So just testing out some different types of coffee, espresso, tasting cookies, and it's very interesting. I think I would have to cut off there. There's about 4 more of these kind of screenshots I can't really get to. And that's because we're now going to move into segment. We have only about 3.5 minutes left. So this is a bit of a rush. So this segment 9, like I said, the most engaging part of the stream. Let's get up now. So this is region A2, sorry, and that on tables A7, A8, it is raining outside, I noticed, and this is region B1. Very quickly in B1, I just want to say quickly that this is supposed to be part of that. It's just espresso cookies I just took a screenshot, photograph of, like I said. So it's supposed to be on this, inside that luggage bag of groceries. So I'm going to move over here to region D1. So if you're familiar with D1, D3, D4, that's just kind of different locations. Now, what I need to do very quickly over here, I just try to clean up in B1, just move that away. I guess we'll do some cleanup here too, A7, A8. There's some jalapeno chips I bought yesterday. I shared half this bag with my brother, and he really, really liked it, and I'm very pleased with that because as far as I'm concerned, I'm always interested in seeing what he likes and what he doesn't like. I don't know. He's like my only family for most of my life. That's the way. No, not even. I didn't have any family earlier than that. So it's like, he's my only family as far as I'm concerned for the past like 5 years. Moving down here. Oh no, not really. Like 8 years, and then just recently, I actually do have people I can consider family. Anyways, moving to the side, we have some over here, a little bit of reflection there. I realized it. Okay, so we have some stuff here. Wallet, like I said, the wallet's supposed to be here, and I still haven't taken the cards. This is supposed to be recyclable trash, by the way. I can toss it away, but I'm not sure about that yet. All I know is that this is garbage. We had a banana here, some coffee crisps, some disposable spoons and napkins. So this is stuff that I purchased yesterday, the banana and coffee crisp. It's all garbage. I'm going to toss this inside the jalapeno chips bag since it's empty now, and toss it out for garbage. We also received some money back, so because I received some, I paid for some of the phone bill to my gardens in terms of the mobile plan. So he returned me by check. I gave him a check like some odd, like for half a year, like $300, $400, and then he returned some. I'm like, I don't need this. I don't really need that at all. What's $12? But I appreciate that. Well, $12 is a lot, actually. I remember when I used to care about pennies. But anyways, prioritize it. And finally, the bottle here has got 1 capsule left, so I gotta recycle this or keep it for samples for use on health science. So that's kind of, and then receipts, gotta stash this away over here in region A5. So it's kind of like there's a bunch of stuff gotta clear off. So this goes over here, and fuck all that shit. All right, most importantly down here we have about a minute left. Why this is here and not over in D4 is because it's way too heavy and that's going to collapse. So very quickly, this is all the groceries purchased today. Like I said, about $55 spread across 3 different kind of locations. And what I'd like to do immediately is take out these 2 here. So this fruit to go, strawberry and cherry lime, and place it over here in region A6. So you can see all the drinks here, right? All the drinks here. I'm going to take one of these probably to work even if I had the chance today. And then, because that's heavy. And then we also have these Febreze air freshener. So this is explosive. I had to be extra cautious about this. I think it's supposed to go up here in region B7. B5, but I have barely enough time. Can't believe like that's going to drop, explode. And then now I can finally, because it's a lot lighter now without the liquids. Oh, coconut water too. Move that out. Stick it up here. And then now I can finally move this bag from region A5, A7 over to A4. So we'll continue this tomorrow's live stream. Gotta go. All right, see you tomorrow. Take care. Oh shit, man.